I would say it took some getting used to, I mean, obviously you come in here, for an example, you come into a place you've already been, obviously, like, you feel excited, but at the same time, you still got to earn respect. I mean, super excited to come here to learn the playbook, be with some guys that I was here with before. I mean, it was honestly not really a big transition, but it was a transition harder than what I expected. But, I mean, I came in, put my head down, and worked.
Mac told us during the week that you were informed you were going to go on the third series. You've been around a while, but maybe you haven't had quite that same type of opportunity. How did you process that mentally going in to be prepared to go out there for that third series and see it as such a huge opportunity for you?
I mean, obviously, me and Connor, we both knew what was going to happen throughout the week, things like that. And, I mean, me and Connor were boys. We're tight. Like I said, whenever I was here, he was just a freshman. I was mentoring him. And like I said, through the transition, Connor was helping me. And so it was just one of those things like, okay, this is a brotherhood. Like, okay, one person's having success, one person had success. How about the other one have some success? And he was there helping me out during practice, and I was there helping him out. He was like, if I do well, you go out there and do what you do anyways. He was like, if I don't, do what you do and change the whole offense around. And so we just had we had each other's back throughout the week and just kept moving forward from there.
Was there a moment at some point, maybe in the second quarter, because I think you guys scored 17 points on possessions you were in there, where you kind of felt like, okay, this is the guy I need to be, and this is the guy I am?
I mean, throughout the week, I mean, the coaches were just like, just play ball, the ball you know how to play. And so as we were rolling, I mean, I was just so focused on, obviously, the O-line. Shout out to them. I mean, I don't think I got touched the whole game, honestly. And so with the receivers, they did their thing. And then talk about the defense, I mean, it just felt like, okay, like everything was just coming perfectly. And so it was just, all right, I didn't have to do too much. I didn't have to be flashy. I mean, I got Big O right here standing beside me, just give him the ball, And so, I mean, I was just comfortable. And so that was the main thing. And so shout out to those, the offense and the defense, them as a whole. I mean, my side, they made it easier for me. And so, yes, sir.
Jacolby, you talked about the transition. Obviously, the offensive coordinator is different from the first time you were here. But does just being in a familiar place, in a familiar stadium, in a familiar facility, does that help at all? Just knowing where you're going, knowing what tunnel you're going to run out of?
Oh, yes, sir. That helps a lot. Like I said, when I first got here, I mean, I feel no pressure. I mean, I just come in here. I knew Max and Connor, like, this was their team moving forward, and I was going to help them regardless, and I was just going to wait till my turn happened. I mean, honestly, like, Max's injury, you don't ever want to be able to play after someone gets hurt like that. Like, I mean, I felt so bad for him and still talk to him to this day, prayed over him, hoping his surgery went well, and it did. But Coach Lynch was like, I mean, you're 2 snaps away. Like, be ready. Like, make sure you're on top of your stuff. And so I just had to make sure I was on top of my stuff. But back to your question, I mean, yeah, I was pretty comfortable. I mean, just felt like I just had no pressure whatsoever. Just go out there and play ball if my opportunity came.
Jacolby, how much weight have you lost? And did you report too heavy, in your opinion?
Indeed, I did. I'm not gonna say where I was, but I lost 15 pounds over the last month, and that was the big transition for me. And it was one of those things to where, like, I went to Arkansas, and their offense was one of those pro-style offense, and obviously I left here 210, so I had to gain weight because they were like, okay, 210, you're going to get demolished out there. So, like, okay, gain weight. So I got too comfortable gaining weight, and when I got here, I knew what offense it was, and I was like, I have to lose weight immediately. And so, I mean, shout out to Amber, who's our nutritionist. I mean, she got me down pretty quick and to where I feel normal playing at where I am right now. And so, I mean, yeah, it was something I had to battle with throughout the month.
You're 230 now.
It's around 228 right now.
Plus 15.
You're correct.
That's great.
Yeah. Yes,
When
sir.
we've talked to Chip Lindsay the last few weeks, and someone would ask about how you're doing, he would say he's coming along, he's getting close. How much of that was the weight getting close to the point where you can move the way you need to move?
I mean, I'd say it had a toll, but I'd say majority of it was like, okay, getting used to what he wanted. And so I still had in my mind, like, okay, some things are Longo's offense, because some things were the same, but he tweaked it a little bit. And so in my mind, I'm going to practice like, okay, I'm used to doing it Longo's way. And I just got to the point to where like, okay, I have to buy in. Like this is Coach Lindsey's offense. And so I ended up doing that, and I put my head down, listened to what he wanted, and he's all about trust. If you do one wrong thing, he's like, okay, I can't call this play with him. So it's all about like, he calls a play. Let me do it the way he taught me to do it. Things like that.
You've been waiting for this opportunity a long time, you know, backing up with multiple guys here. You get the shot tonight, the Coach Mack just said it's going to be hot hand going forward. So how did it feel just to be out there and to perform well?
I mean, honestly, like I can give everything to my Lord and Savior, Jesus. I mean, I don't think I would be at North Carolina again if it wasn't for him, and also me constantly praying to him and him guiding me here. Because honestly, me entering the transfer portal, I never thought I'd probably be back here. And woke up one day, and there it was. And so, but to your question, it felt great. I mean, just watching Sam, Drake, and all those other guys just performing out there, and obviously me being the backup, it's like, when is it my time, Lord? And I mean, obviously me and Connor, we were going back and forth when it came to practice, and we're just helping each other out throughout. And then they were like, okay, well, y'all are going to swap throughout Sirius, this and that. And so, I mean, I was just excited for my number to be called.
What's your game day routine, and was it any different today?
Actually, I keep the main thing, and the main thing is to always pray in the morning. That's what I do every single time I wake up in the morning. Right after that, I play a song by Noah Khan. It's called Forever. It kind of gets me in my mood. And then after I'm in my mood, I play some gospel. And then whatever's on our itinerary throughout the day for us prepping, things like that, that's what I do. But I mean, I just always keep the same thing, the main thing. I mean, that's been my whole 5 years. I mean, obviously there's some songs that change here and there, but I mean, as of right now, it's Noah Khan.
Why that song?
I mean, it's just ease, I mean, I don't like being too hype. I just like the flow, I mean, I don't have to do, it keeps me in a stage of where, like, keeps me in my mind to where, like, I don't have to do anything fancy, like, just go out there and play ball. I mean, we have a great team, and as the quarterback, obviously you need to lead, but with a great team, it's like, you don't have to do anything flashy. You just go out there and play your role as the quarterback.
What were the main things you wanted to get accomplished when you went in there? You guys are down 7-0. Was there a checklist as you're sort of entering about what you want to do, what you want to accomplish as soon as you get in there?
Oh, no, sir. Obviously, I mean, Ty Lee's a guy he's had some things going on. And obviously, once I knew I got my number called, it's like, okay, I'm going to go play for him. Secondly, it's all about the team. And so with me, it was like, okay, let me perform the way, like I said, don't be flashy. Just do what I do what I did in practice. Like, don't do anything extra. And so just moving forward, it was just like, just move the team down. Defense, I knew the defense were going to do what they did today. I knew Big O was going to do what he was going to do today. And as for me being a leader and a distributor to the receivers, it was like, let me just get the ball to those guys and let them make plays.
Talking about Omarion, I guess, what kind of luxury is it having a back like that where you can hand it off and he'll get 200 yards and kind of ease the pressure off you?
Oh, you have no worries. You see 3rd and 3, I'm looking right at Big O like, this is you, brother. This is you. And Big O's like, all right, like, there's just no worries back there. I mean, he's from where he was as a freshman to where he is now, and me seeing it, it's like one of those things where like, wow, this stuff actually does happen. And he's just put in so much work, and he had himself a day today. But I mean, you just love a running back like that, a guy not only as a rusher but as a pass blocker as well. Like probably one of the best pass blockers I've been around as a running back, and you just love that coming from a guy like him.
Last one.
Pardon me
Not no weight.
for harping on the weight again, but are you at the ideal weight, or is there a little bit more to go?
Oh, I mean, I'm a type of guy. I mean, if I can go a little bit, lose a little bit more. And I mean, it's whatever, honestly, what they want me to be at. And I mean, we'll probably have that discussion throughout the week, this week coming up. But I mean, whatever I need to get down to, if they want me to stay the same, I mean, it'd be pretty easy for me.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Tonight, obviously, you had another big game, your second career, if I'm counting, second career 200-yard game. I know you did really well in the Charlotte game. You obviously had a big game, the previous week against Minnesota. Finally found an end zone tonight. How good did it feel being able to lead the offense tonight and kind of helping your team break away in the fourth quarter for that
Uh,
game?
yeah, it felt good just being there for my team, and then my O-line, especially, they did good tonight. Just them having my back, and then just practicing all week, getting ready, prepared for this game.
What was the process of getting back healthy, I guess? I know the Charlotte game, you ended up getting banged up a little bit.
Yeah.
What was the process of getting out of that game and then getting ready to
Yeah.
play today?
Really, just as soon as that game was over, just getting treatment for my leg and everything, being in there every day on the off days, right after practice, just staying in the treatment room, getting it ready for the next game.
Was there a day during the week where you felt like, okay, I'm back to 100% at this point?
Yeah, it was around it was early in the week around Monday and stuff like that. I started feeling more comfortable and getting more comfortable with it.
Is
Were
there a
you
different
limited at
mentality?
all this week, Omarion? Were you limited at all in practice? Did you have to sit out any in practice?
No, I felt good to go ahead and good to go on Monday's practice and everything. It's the more I keep it moving and stuff, the more it felt better.
Is there a different mentality you have to be a workhorse? Knowing that, look, if you gotta go 25 carries like tonight, you gotta go 25 carries, as opposed to maybe early last year when you hadn't officially become that workhorse kind of guy?
Yeah, I think the whole offense got to have the same mindset. We know what we got to do when it comes down to close games and stuff like that. And we know when we got to get the first down, we got to get it. We all got the same
What about
mindset.
you personally, knowing that you have 35 touches at Minnesota, you had 26 tonight in a game like this? What is the mindset in dealing with being a workhorse?
Really just doing what I got to do. I know what I got to do. Just setting a goal for myself, not letting the first person tackle me, try to have that mindset, and just do it every play, take play by play.
When you guys on the offense found out about this rotation plan with Connor and Jacolby, what did you, what was your initial reaction to that?
I know both those guys are very talented. They're always ready, competing in practice. So, I mean, whichever one we went with, I was comfortable with because we always go together in practice, working hard every day. So, I mean, he really showed out.
Did you say anything to Jacolby when he trotted out there for the first time tonight, just to, maybe relax any nerves that he might have had?
Yeah. We all talked to him, make sure he was ready, but we all knew he was comfortable because he does good at practice all week and everything, so he's always prepared.
Have you been tackled by one guy, a solo tackle this season yet?
I'm not sure. I gotta go back and look at the film.
You can't recall, probably not, right? Does it feel different now when guys just kind of drop off you as opposed to early in your career? A lot more were dropping off.
Yeah, it's just something I've been working on, trying to keep my balance, working on balance in the off season and everything, just that leading into the game and everything.
Seems like tonight there was one play where you had 5 guys hanging on you, still getting about 7 or 8 yards. What's it like being in the middle of that, just legs churning and just determined you gotta get as many yards?
Really just doing what I gotta do for the team, just putting my all out, and then for the play, just to get as many yards as I can, just yards after the carry.
It's kind of test the wheels a little bit.
Yeah.
Just be the first guy to get
Yeah, it is, man.
in. You enjoy that challenge? Be honest.
Yeah, it's always been fun, yeah, just doing that.
Omarion, how hard were you trying to get back in the Charlotte game? Because you were on the bike there for a while. Were you talking to some of the coaches and saying I can get back in there?
Yeah. I think I was good, around third quarter and everything. But I mean, he just wanted me to rest out, make sure I was recovered and everything before I went back in.
So was that Coach Porter that you're trying to lobby?
Yeah. He just didn't want to risk it, keep me healthy for the next game going on.
Omarion, you mentioned that when you guys spoke before the game, that you guys knew he was comfortable. How did you know?
Just based off the practice, just him going in, starting from Monday, just him always competing with Connor and everything, them having that relationship, him having a relationship with us, him just being there, we just know he can do it, and he's able to.
You mentioned that relationship. What's that relationship like off the field and on the field?
Really just hanging out with those guys, having a good relationship on and off the field, and then just being in the film room with them, just talking over protections and everything, them being on the same page with us, and then us being on the same page with them.
Omarion, you mentioned the trainer and how beneficial that was to working through the injury, but when you have a night like this where you got 25 carries, 200 yards, is the post-game treatment different for you, or you soak them a little bit longer in the tub? I guess, how do you just recover from such a heavy workload?
It's just something I had to learn. Like over through last year, I just got to stay in the cold tub, stay in the hot tub, just make sure I'm getting treatment every day, and then be prepared for next game.
Is that something maybe that you were doing more last year, doing more than you've ever done before, kind of learning how your body recovers and stuff?
Yeah, it's definitely something I learned last year to help keep my body healthy and everything going into the next week.
Jacolby was in here saying, if it's a 3rd and 3, if it's a 3rd and short, we're going to hand the ball to, we're going to hand the ball to Omarion, who's going to get it. Like, do you feel any pressure at all, knowing that, if it is a situation like that, then it's probably going to be you?
No, I have confidence in myself. If it's like a 3rd and 3, I know I got to get it. There's no other choice to do.
With you being a leader in the running back room now, how have you helped out younger backs like Davion Goss and Charleston French get to where they are?
Really just us helping each other, just building off each other, us going through different drills in practice, him telling me what I need to do, and then me telling him what he needs to do and everything. Us just having that communication with each other.
Were you mad at yourself on the one, as much as you worked on your hands? I mean, you're always on the jugs machine.
Yeah.
The one that you weren't able to bring in, were you mad at yourself about that one, the pass?
Yeah. I just knew I had to look it in. I took my eyes off it too fast. Yeah. That was something I should have caught.
Yeah, I mean, how many passes do you think you caught after practice
Yeah.
in camp? Because we always saw you and Barlow back there doing that on the
Yeah.
machine.
Yeah. Me and Barlow definitely always stay after practice, get like a few in, almost all practice, and we just make sure that's something we do.
All right, to go a little bit off of Neil's question, what have you seen skill set wise from Davion Goss in practice? Obviously, he was someone that got a lot of carries last week. What have you seen out of him in his progression up to this point?
Really, him just catching on to everything really fast. He's a good learner. Just in the film room, he's answering every question and everything like that. And I feel like him just learning everything and being so young, I feel like he's going to be super great in the long run.
Early on, when things weren't going to plan down 7-0, what were you hearing from Jacolby, and what leadership he provided in that moment?
Really, he's just talking to the whole team, just keeping our head up, him being a big team leader, and then him knowing he has to step up in that moment. I feel like he really did a good job doing that time.
What things do you remember him saying in that moment?
Really just don't worry about it next play. Just thinking it play by play, keeping our heads up, keeping our mind right and everything, just make sure we're good.
All right. Appreciate it, though.
Oh, it felt great. I mean, just all the work I put in off season felt amazing, especially just all the adversity that I've been going through the past couple games. It's just part of the learning process, but it felt amazing.
The adversity you're speaking to, some of the explosive plays and everything, how have you processed seeing that stuff on film and trying to fix it in practice, hoping it doesn't show up in the game?
Just taking it day by day in practice, trying to work on my techniques and everything. Just gotta take it day by day. I mean, it's just God's plan at the end of the day, and it's just part of the process.
Quick follow-up, do you think today was a step forward for you personally in that respect?
Absolutely, just handling adversity early in the first quarter, and just playing better after that. Just learning how to handle adversity.
Kaleb, with the foot injury that you had, how long did it take you to get back to normal game speed?
I'll probably say it took me just this summer, a little bit of fall camp, a little bit of the first half of fall camp, and after that I was good. I was green. So.
What have some of those film sessions with, Charles Warren, Jason Jones, whoever kind of been like as far as, I mean, obviously this is, the first time getting the extended run in that star position. So what are some of the things that they're kind of highlighting for you that they're kind of wanting you to work on at this point?
Just a lot with my technique, just my footwork. They know my capabilities, ball skills, the technique itself. They know I could cover guys, so they would never put me in that position. So, at the end of the day, they just try to give me tools at the end of the day, every day at practice and in the film room, and that's the main point with that.
As you looked at the first 3 games, well, I guess you haven't looked at this game yet, but the first 2 games, did you feel like some of those teams were trying to pick on you since you were like the new guy in the secondary?
Absolutely. All my teammates told me that, and all my coaches told me the same thing as well, and I knew that myself. Just giving up a couple of explosive plays early in the season with the first 2 games. I knew they were going to come at me, and they're going to continue to do that. And until I show that I could consistently cover on a high level, then they're going to keep coming at me. And that's what I want. That's the position I want to be in. So, like, at the end of the day, like I said, it's God's plan. So.
It kind of makes sense, 'cause why would you throw at Hudson? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, why would you throw at Huzzy?
Right.
Yeah. I wouldn't myself. So.
I mean, Huzzy played the star position last year. Has he sort of been like another coach on the field for you just because he has familiarity with what that position
Yes, sir.
requires?
Absolutely. Him and Dre Boykins. Just having cover reps and things like that. I come to the sideline, ask them what I did wrong. You know, we had the eye pass on the sideline. They'll look at it and judge me based off of the play. And yeah, they definitely support me during the games and at practice and try to give me tools to better my game with my technique.
Is that like your favorite position in the defensive backfield? Nickel?
Yes, it is. It is. I played a lot of corner and a lot of free safety in high school, but I never really played the nickelback position. I get to blitz a lot. I get to cover. I even have zone pressures and things like that. So it gives me a lot of freedom to just play my game and just play free.
They had a 34-yarder that they hit on you early in the game. Are you at a point now when something like that happens, you can sort of self-correct what may have gone wrong on your end on that play, or are you still kind of feeling that process out?
I wouldn't say self-correct. I'll probably say just slowing my feet down, slowing my mind down early in the game. Yeah, that's really it for that part on that point.
Okay, well, I mean, also playing baseball here at UNC, how on the acrobatic pit you had late in the game tonight, how do you think playing baseball might help you make plays like that?
Ball skills. I mean, when the balls hit 105 or 117 off the bat, and you're playing outfield, I mean, those ball skills really do come in handy. So.
Think you can send that to Coach Forbes? Yeah.
Oh yeah, he texted me. He texted me right after the game. Yeah, he probably already saw it, but yeah, those ball skills and just playing the outfield and just with my feet out there, so it just definitely transfers over to football. So
Take us through the pick. Like, what were you reading pre-snap, during, like, just take us through and like how you ended up being in that position to make the interception.
I was a curl flat defender, and I was just trying to bait the quarterback into throwing a 7-cut, and I just fell off the flat route and picked it off. So.
Kaleb, you guys had that series. It was you get 3 stops. Then after one, you get 3 stops, and there's a penalty, and you get a few more. What do you feel kind of allow for the success in that stretch of plays that you all make? What do you think allowed you guys to kind of be successful keeping up?
Just stand together when big plays happen and adversity hits us. We have it at practice all the time, and we just stay together so nothing catastrophic happens. So.
What was the difference in the second half? They didn't get much at all offensively.
No, we came in the locker room. We said they're not going to get anything. That was our mindset coming into the game, but we started off a little slow. But we eventually brought it all together and played hard the rest of the way through.
Pretty much one of the
Yeah, mindset. It was not scheme. It was just mindset for all of us.
Oh, sorry. On that goal line stand at the end of the half, for lack of a better description, were you guys nervous? Because you had the Dez roughing the passer penalty where it just like he punched the guy in the chest.
Yep.
I mean, like, what was sort of the? I mean, was that a mad period for the UNC defense?
It was just from the standpoint of like self-inflicted wounds. We talk about it all the time. Coach Porter mainly and Coach Collins, they talk about self-inflicted wounds. We try to limit penalties as much as we can in practice and in game. We mark them every practice, and if we have this many at practice, we have to run as many sprints at the end of practice. So, yeah, that's a big thing we stand on, and we definitely was mad, but we did it to ourselves. But we played to a Carolina standard every single time we step on the field, and that's what comes with it. So.
Did you have to like calm Marcus down a little bit because you could understand like he would be a little mad at himself or mad at the officials after that?
Yeah, I mean that's just Marcus. He plays with he plays with a high motor, so he has to control that sometimes, but that's a good thing sometimes. But when we get into those big games and tough situations early in the season now, is when he has to figure it out. And when we get later into the season, he'll most likely calm down and be more disciplined on that end. But that goes for all of us. So.
You guys good? Thanks, Caleb.
Appreciate you.